Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you to anyone who has tuned into my previous 2 videos, and if you subscribe to my channel, that's even better. Thank you very much. It has been a very nice sunny Sunday afternoon here in London. The days are starting to get a bit colder, starting to get a bit shorter, so actually apologies if the light kind of changes halfway throughout this video because it is starting to get dark and it's only, what's the time? It's 4:30 and it's already getting dark, which does kind of beg the question, why have I got a floral Hawaiian shirt on? And I really can't give you any good answer to that. What was I taking into consideration when choosing these meal prep options? Number 1, healthy. These are meals which I would recommend you can eat every day, day in, day out, 2 or 3 times a day if you need to. Number 2, they're all really cheap. There's no fancy ingredients. Number 3 is that they all need to be super quick and easy to make. These are all recipes which, like, back in the day when I was working at the pub, I'd come back from the gym, I'd literally have like 20 minutes to get my food ready and into my Tupperware containers to take to work. And so yeah, I just go to these meal prep options, bung it all in the pan, get it ready in literally about 10-15 minutes, and then I've got food to actually take to work, so my diet isn't suffering. And then number 4, which I guess is the most important one, as I'm kind of a chef, I guess, is that they're all really tasty, and you will find out for yourself if you try them. Okay, so first up we have just simple roast chicken and potatoes. I have 900 grams of these Maris Piper potatoes. So we're kind of cutting them up into pieces that are not too big but not too small. I don't know how else to describe that really. I guess you can see in the camera. What we need to do is parboil them, which means we're basically partly cooking them so they become like nice and soft when we later cook them in the oven. Preheat your oven to 220 degrees. So with the potatoes in the saucepan, fill it up with water, place it on our hob. So the potatoes have been boiling for 5 minutes. I will say that it's 5 minutes since the water is actually boiling, not since they've been on a heat. There's a big difference there because it does take a few minutes for the water to actually come to a boil. Shout out to Vita Coco, extra virgin, 100% raw, cold pressed organic coconut oil. So I've got a tablespoon of the coconut oil, a bit of salt, a little bit of pepper as well. Make sure all the potatoes are coated. Did you see that? Did you see that catch? So we want really anywhere between 50 and 60 minutes. Obviously the longer you leave them in, the kind of crispier they're going to get on the outside. Now the absolute best thing about this recipe is you can literally just prepare it, which takes about 5 minutes, stick it in the oven, and then it's pretty much done. So the second part of the recipe, I have 3 chicken breasts. Now for the chicken breast I like using olive oil. So again, a tablespoon of that, bit of salt, not too much. And then you can kind of add whatever you like to it really. What I tried yesterday, and it worked out really good, was just 1 clove of garlic chopped up. Actually added some more garlic granules, smoked paprika, and some Cajun seasoning. And then we're just gonna rub it in, make sure all the chicken is coated in the olive oil really nicely, as well as the spices. So when there's about half an hour left on the potatoes, bung the chicken in the oven, and then they're both gonna be ready at the same time. So the second meal prep option is a chili con carne. Now, I know what you might be thinking, everyone knows how to make a chili, but I thought maybe actually some people don't, for starters. Plus, this is literally something which I kind of ate almost every day when I was working at the pub. It takes literally about 10-15 minutes to make. You get loads of protein from the beef mince, make sure it's a like nice lean 5% fat beef mince, and you know, plain white or brown rice, whichever, is just such a good source of carbs as well. So I have 300 grams of plain rice. Cook it for as long as you need. Also, I would like to mention that I'm giving you the quantities of my rice and beef and stuff, but everyone's different, but it just completely depends upon like how old you are, your weight, your age, your height, all those things. If you want to work out exactly what kind of macros you need to be getting each day a really good app is MyFitnessPal. You put in all your details and it kind of uses some system to work out exactly how many calories you need, all the protein, carbs, fat and all that. So I definitely recommend you downloading that app if you don't already have it. So on to the chili. Heat your pan, tablespoon of olive oil, seems to be a bit of a recurring theme. 500 grams of lean beef mince, so it's 5% fat. So when the beef is kind of browned off on the outside, it'll take about 5 minutes or so. We're just going to add 2 red peppers, which I've chopped up already, and 1 red onion. 3 cloves of garlic as well. Add them to the pan. Quick tip about the rice, don't stir the rice. That's what makes rice kind of get stodgy. It's now time to add our spices. Obviously you can get store-bought kind of mixed up chili spices like the old El Paso. I actually prefer to just use my own because I feel like those packets have a lot of salt in and they also have other ingredients which I didn't really understand what they were when I read the packet. So I prefer to actually just use my own ingredients. Those ingredients will be 1 large tablespoon of cumin, smoked paprika, put some oregano in there. We've got cayenne pepper, which is very spicy, so be careful if you don't like spice. As you know, I love spicy food, and I'm not sharing this dish with Megan, so I'm gonna make it as spicy as I want. It's gonna start smelling really like nice and herby. Now's a good time to add some salt and pepper too. A tin of chopped tomatoes, and I'm just gonna add a splash of water as well. Turn up the heat, bring it to a simmer, and we can just leave it to simmer for really as long as we have. Okay, so the potatoes from the previous recipe have got half an hour left. Just gonna give them a stir. They're looking and smelling gorgeous already. And we've got our chicken, which has been sitting here. So that's gonna go in now. Rightio, on to our third and final recipe. It's time to get your woks out. Chicken stir fry. Now I've got a little poochie to help me out. Come here, come here. Little Bluebee, you wanna help me out? Which one's your favorite? Got 300 grams of chicken breast. I've diced that up into nice kind of small pieces. To the chicken breast, we're going to add soy sauce, 1 generous tablespoon. This is less salt soy sauce, so a bit healthier for you. 2 tablespoons of honey. It's kind of running low. That's a lovely noise everyone wants to hear on a YouTube video. Chopped garlic. The edges of the ginger, a lot of people chop off. You don't have to do that. If you grate it, you can just grate the whole thing. Garlic and ginger together is probably my favorite flavor. So with that all in there, just get your hands in there, give it a good mix up. Now, if you are able to leave this to marinate for a little bit, that is amazing. But we are in a rush today, so I'm gonna stick it straight in the wok. So the idea with stir fries is you get the wok super hot. So again, tablespoon of olive oil. Tell when the oil's really hot because it starts moving in a certain way. Add our chicken. So the chicken's been frying for a few minutes, and we're gonna add our chopped vegetables. As you start to see the red pepper turn slightly soft, we can add our spinach in. Spinach isn't gonna take long to wilt down at all. When it looks like it's kind of wilted down, we can add our noodles. So a load of noodles there. Stir that in. These noodles take about 3 or 4 minutes to cook, I think. So it's pretty much ready. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more soy sauce, like that. If you have it, toasted sesame oil, just a tiny splash, literally about probably half a tablespoon. Got some sesame seeds there too, and some spring onions. Add them in. And that looks like a pretty good stir fry to me. And literally cooking time was about 10 minutes, if that. So quick, so simple, and tasty. So the chili I would split into 4 servings. I'm gonna whack some jalapeno peppers on the top of that. Of course, this is all completely optional. It wouldn't be right if I didn't add a little bit of grated cheddar on top as well. I would split the stir fry into 3 servings. Some spring onions and some sesame seeds. Nice handful of the potatoes. Got this delicious, juicy chicken breast. Look at this. Got the juices from the chicken. Just pour that over like that. Get some on the potatoes. Delicious. And that is our final chicken and roast potatoes. Right, now I'd like to welcome a guest to the stage. Some call her the Simon Cowell of the culinary world. Others call her the Peachy Queen. Please welcome to the stage, Megan Grubb.
Caught me off guard today, look at my wet hair.
In a dressing gown with wet hair. Now,
Sunday night.
I would like you to do a little taste test and tell me which one is the best meal prep option.
Didn't I heard you say it? Megan won't like this, it's too spicy.
No, I don't remember. I don't think anyone's ever said that. We have a very simple
Spicy.
chili con carne.
I don't like eating on camera. You don't zoom in on my face.
It's okay, it's not too spicy, is it?
No, it's got like a little kick, but it's just about, I don't think I want that thing on top.
The jalapenos.
It's a good chili, I like chili.
The best part.
Come join us. Welcome to the taste test show. It's Bluebell.
Up next, we have roast potatoes.
I had this earlier and it was glorious, so
Some roasted.
This is going to be my dinner tonight. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's my favourite.
Well, you haven't tasted them all yet.
Niall makes his potatoes crisp on the outside and soft on the inside, and I can't do it. It's a one of his skills.
One of my many skills.
Okay.
And now for the final dish.
Yeah, do you know why I really like that as well? Because I like those thin noodles. They're not too, sometimes noodles I find, not from you, just in general.
You don't like thick noodles? Just thin noodles for this lady.
That's
so
always my favourite.
The chicken and potatoes is Megan's favourite. Try these recipes out at home. Let me know which one is your favourite. I hope this video has been enjoyable to watch and educational at the same time. And yeah, have a good week.
Happy Sunday!